Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's product demo. Let me just wait a few seconds for everybody to hop in. But kind welcome already from me. Feel free to let me know in the chat if you can hear me correctly. Just give it a thumbs up, then I know you're there and you can hear me well. I see that some others are joining, so let's just wait for a few seconds before we kick off. Today our webinar will be a product demo, so we'll provide you with a full tour around our portal, show you all the features and all the possibilities to use Leadinfo. Thank you very much for joining. I'll first share my screen so that you can all see the portal as well. My colleague Guus is currently in the chat, so feel free to enter all your questions over there so he can help you out. And in case we miss some, then we'll definitely get back to you at the end. And let me share my screen. There we go. So to give you a start of the demo, you will enter the inbox. As soon as you open up Leadinfo, this is the place where all your leads come in. In the inbox, you will see any company that visits your website and gives you a full overview of what's happening. If you click on one of these companies, let me just take this one, then you will see overview of everything that happens at that company. First of all, you'll see the demographics, so information such as where they operate, in which industry they operate in, how big they are, how many employees they have, their financial figures, anything that gives you an idea of what the company is and all their characteristics. If you scroll down a bit, you will see the activity. And the activity is the place where you see the behavior that they've shown on your website. So here you will see which URLs they visited, for how long they visited these URLs, and also via which channel they entered your website. So this was, for example, a direct visit, but it could also be from an organic search on Google or a LinkedIn advertisement. And also you'll see how long the visit had been. We even show screen recording. For those who are still in our trial period, screen recording is an add-on on a subscription. It is open during the trial, so you can definitely use it and see if it's something valuable for your company. And what it does, makes a screen recording of the mouse tracking. So if you open this, you will see an exact recording of the behavior of that visitor. This gives you a great insight in not only what's the interest of the visitor, but also what made them stuck and when did they lose the interest. Especially for website optimization, this is a great feature to use. In case you're already using Leadinfo for a while now, feel free to contact us if this is something you're interested in, and then we can definitely help you out with the pricing. If you scroll down a bit in the company profile, you will see other sessions that they have done in the past. So for example, here they've also visited us a few days ago. And if you move even further down, you will see all the contact details. This is the information that can be used to get in touch with the company. The contact details itself will definitely differ per profile because it's only shown if it's publicly available data. And these could be email addresses, LinkedIn contact, Xing contacts, Twitter accounts, anything that we can find from the people working at the company. You will also see their current job that they operate in the company, and you can also filter on the department. So if you need someone from marketing, just easily filter on it, and then you'll see all those at the company working in a marketing job. So this is the biggest feature of our portal, that is the profile itself. And if you have a lot of website visitors, then it's definitely important to make sure that you filter on these profiles. On the left, you will see all the different options to filter. The first one is based on period. So now it is on today. And then you will see some which are live on the website. If you scroll down, you will see others. There are a lot live actually right now, but you will see someone from the past as well. If you want to see another time period, just easily click on one of these filters, for example, the whole of September, or you can even create a custom date range, for example, the last 2 weeks. It will immediately start loading and show you the visits from the last 2 weeks. If you scroll down a bit more, you can also see tags on which you can filter and segments. Segments are basically standard filters that you create yourself based on advanced rules. If you click on Add New Segment, then you will see all the different options you can create a segment for. This could be based on the company information, so the demographics of a company and the characteristics, But it could also be based on the activity that they've shown or either the information on how they visited your website. So you could, for example, make a segment for those who enter your website via Google Ads, but you could also make segments based on the different branches that you operate in. As soon as you created such a segment, let's just do one together right now, then you can filter it. For example, if you focus on specific different target countries, then you can create segments for each of these countries. For example, we focus on the Netherlands, but also other parts of Europe, but we have specific colleagues who operate in the Dutch market. Therefore, I want to create a segment especially for them. I click on country. There we go. Country is Netherlands, and then you can apply this filter. You can add more rules if you'd like, saying, okay, not only the Netherlands is relevant, but you can also enter other things, saying such as we focus on marketing agencies. So then I can add a rule based on the branch. Marketing services. For now, my segment is finished. Therefore, I save the segment, create a good name, hot leads. And now, and I have two options. I can save this for myself or for everybody in my team. If I save it for myself, it will only be visible if I log into Leadinfo. If I would save it for the whole team, everybody can use this segment so they can all benefit from it. It is now saved, and therefore you will see it at the top of your segments. If I click on it, then it will immediately give me an overview of only the companies who are in this segment and meet my rules. And for example, now you see that I have this very specific time range and there are no companies who meet this. If I would make it larger, then probably it will load companies anyway. The other option that you have is to filter based on tags. And tags are those you will see over here. So there are specific tags that you provide to a company based on the rules that you have already decided. So this could be a tag saying that they've shown a specific behavior or that they're a specific type of lead. For example, a customer, such as you see over here. But it could also be a supplier or a competitor even. These tags you can assign manually via this button. So if you see a company and say, I want to give them a tag, you can add a tag here. You have an overview of, if you just start, of 5 specific tags that we already have created for you by default, but you can also create those which are relevant for your company. For example, I want to create a tag for my name saying that I'm responsible for this company. Therefore, I just add my name, add this as a tag, and it's immediately assigned to the company. Since I've just added this, I can also find the tag over here at the very bottom. And if I'd like, I can just hover over it to drag it to the correct position. Another option to enter to assign tags to companies is to do this automatically via triggers. If you go to the trigger feature, you will see that it's quite similar to our segments. You can do this via 2 ways. If you start a new trigger, you can do this based on your own new rules or based on current segments that were already created by you or your colleagues. So for example, we can easily do this on the segment that we just created together, the hot leads from the Netherlands. What you see is that it automatically takes the rules that were assigned in the segment. If I start a new one, then I can just start from scratch. And then you choose specific companies, and then I can create these rules myself. The way triggers work is that you assign the rules and they work based on real-time tracking. So as soon as a company visits your website, that is the moment that our software checks if it meets the rules of this trigger, and then it executes a specific action. There are a couple of different actions that you can execute, and one of these is assign a tag to a company. So let me just quickly go back to our segment. And that is the first action, is assign a tag. You can assign tags or remove tags. In this case, for example, if the company meets these rules, I'd like to have it the tag of my name. And therefore, I click add tag, scroll to the very bottom, and add my own name. In case you'd like to remove tags, then you can use the bottom feature. With tags, you also have the option to enroll companies retroactively. This is added because it works based on real-time tracking, But if you enter yes here to enroll the existing companies, it means that our software will once check your entire inbox and the history of it to see if there are any companies that meet the rules of those trigger. In case this applies, then we will assign the tag retroactively. I can enable this action, provide it with a name. Hot Leads Daily, and save it. But of course, there are also other options that you can do with triggers. You can also enter an email notification. This means that as soon as a company meets these rules, we will send out an email notification to the email address added over here to notify you of the fact that a lead visited your website. And after the latest thing, the last thing you can do is you can also send it to your CRM system. But we'll definitely get on that a bit later when I give you a bit more information about how that works with CRM systems. The last option that you have to assign tags is to do this via bulk tagging. And bulk tagging you can find at the settings. Over here at the left, you will have bulk tagging. This is a way in which you can import files into your Leadinfo environment and in that way automatically assign tags. This is specifically useful for different types of visitors, such as your suppliers, but also your current customers. We have a template for this. You can just download it and enter all your clients, in this case, in the template. Then you import the file at the top right, you choose it, and then you select the tag customer. As soon as a company visits your website and we recognize it from this file, then it will automatically assign the tag customer. Those are the three ways to assign the different tags. And the trigger way is the most automatic way in which you don't need to adjust anything later on. Another option that I've shown you at the triggers was to send out email notifications. I do want to remind that this means that for every email or for every company that meets the rules, you will get a separate email. In case you'd like to bundle these leads, I would recommend to use our report function. You will find this next to the trigger feature. In the report function, you can use these segments again. I will use ours, but at the action is a little bit different than from the triggers. So what you can do here is you can add an email address. This could be any email address. It doesn't specifically need to be from a Leadinfo user. And you can decide when they need to receive such a report. This could be once a day, but also once a week, once a month, any moment that is most convenient for you. So you assign the email here. The recipient would be me. You can provide it with a subject and a message just to give them a heads up of what the email is about. And then you say, for example, if Monday would be your Leadinfo day, then you can send out this email every Monday morning. You have the option to attach an attachment. You can include, for example, an Excel file so that they have all the information about the companies in the Excel file attached. In the columns, we have a lot of things already automatically selected for you. Just please check that out to see if there are any other data points that you'd like to be added in your Excel file. For example, if you want to have a LinkedIn link, just easily click on it and it will be added in the file. The way this works is that now every Monday, I will receive a report about all the companies that meet these rules and have visited our website on the week before. In case you start implementing this report for other colleagues, I would recommend to also send the report even if there's no data available. This means that as soon as there is no data available, so you have maybe very specific rules and there will be a week where no companies meet these rules, then they would still receive this label and the report, sorry. They will still receive it, but the report itself will be empty. Therefore, in case you don't have this active, it means that they won't receive a report. If you set this up for other colleagues, they probably end up getting back to you saying, hey, it doesn't work. You have to figure it out, but it just means that for that week, there are no companies. The same applies here, that you can provide it a name and save it, and then this will work and it will start rolling, sending out these reports every week. In case you don't want them to be automatically emailed, but you do want to have these files, such as the Excel files, you can use the export function. The export function is over here. And here you will see an overview of all the leads on the website, and you can filter the same way as in the inbox. So you can filter based on companies that you would like to export, for example, those of my segment. And you can attach a time period to this as well. And then you have two options. You can export the companies via the first button, and this means you can export an Excel file. This will be sent to the email in a few minutes, and then you can download it from there. If you include page view information, it means that you also have the information about specific sessions in there, such as the page URLs that were visited and also the the channels that somebody entered your website via to. You can select the language and then you export this. The other option that you have is to export for LinkedIn. This, if you use this, it means that a file will be downloaded, which is already in a template to upload in LinkedIn Sales Navigator or into Campaign Manager. This is a great way to retarget your leads. How it works is you have the template and then you can upload this in LinkedIn. Via LinkedIn, you can say, for example, you want to send out an email to all the marketing managers working at these companies of the file. In that way, you can retarget them to assign them from marketing qualified leads to sales qualified leads. We have a lot of information about this, such as videos and help articles. Those will definitely be shared with you after the webinar. These are all the ways in which you can use Leadinfo within the portal. Another option that you can use is to start using Leadinfo integrated within your CRM system. If you have a CRM system, check out our settings, because at the bottom here, we have an overview of all our different available integrations. Those are over 65 integrations, so there will definitely often be one that you can use. In case you have a specific CRM system and you don't see it in here, please let us know. We are working daily to get more integrations so that we can help out all our clients. And then we can definitely check out the option to connect with your CRM system as well. We work with HubSpot, so we have HubSpot integrated. As soon as you have it integrated, you can decide what needs to happen. The first setting means that you want to automatically link your recognized companies. Therefore, if you have this active, for every company that visits your website, we will check if the company is in your CRM system. If that is, it will set up a connection. If it's not, nothing will happen. The second option is to synchronize website visits, and that means that we automatically assign notes in this case, HubSpot, but in your CRM system. And those notes will include all the information about these sessions. So if you have a company linked, we will push a note saying, today the website was visited via Bing, and these 3 URLs were visited for so long. In case they visit the website again, a new note will automatically be pushed. For some CRM systems, you will see other settings than for others. That means it's just basically because these CRM systems differ a bit, but these are the settings that we have for almost all of our integrations. The main part of your CRM system will be added in field mapping, because this is where you decide what happens if you connect an integration. On the left side, you will see all the data properties for Leadinfo, and on the right side, you will see the properties of your own CRM. If you click on New Mapping, then you will find an overview over here, and you can just hover over it and see which data points are relevant for you to upgrade your CRM data. And then, for example, if you say, I'd like to have the legal entity added in there, then you search for your own field of that legal entity. In case you don't have it yet, just create a new custom property in your CRM system, and we will retrieve it from here. Just select the correct one. I'll just do it fake now. And then you can save it. What's good to know is that your CRM data will always be leading. So in case you will connect with an existing company, and you have, for example, already a phone number there of an employee that you're in touch with, we will never override that with the general number that we have from the local COC. Only if you decide that our information needs to be leading, this will happen. And you can do this by clicking on a specific field and adding override existing data. Then you will see that it's added over here, and now the Leadinfo data will be leading. If you have added all your fields, you can save this, and you will see now you have all the fields and all the data points that will be sent over as soon as you connect a company. Well, how can you connect these companies? Again, you can do this on two ways, either manually or automatically via Trigger. If you do it manually, you go to the correct company profile that you like to connect, for example, this one, and then at the top right, you click on the button Link with HubSpot or Link with your CRM. First, you have the option to just check out your CRM system to see if the company is already in there. So I can check for Holger. It doesn't find anything, so therefore I know I have to create a new one. I can assign the correct owner who's responsible for this account, provide even a deal or a task to it, saying, okay, for example, now we have a new task for this one and needs to be called today. I can create and link this, and now it will be pushed to HubSpot so that my colleague Millicent can automatically follow up on the lead on the way that she's used to working via HubSpot. The other option is to automatically assign these tasks, deals, and add these companies into your CRM system via the trigger feature. I already quickly showed you the way that these conditions work. If you have your conditions set up, then you can add the action to send it out to your CRM system. The same way as the manual, you can just assign a task or a deal to it, provide the owner, and I would always recommend using this because that means that if you create a new one or connect with existing, that we will first check your CRM system to see, is it in there? Then it will make the connection with the existing one. Is the company not yet in your CRM? Then we will create a new one. Once you have this saved and active, it will start rolling, and then every time a company meets your criteria, it will be pushed to HubSpot. There we go. Another thing that you've probably already seen is our dashboard. And our dashboard is providing you with an overview of what happens on a more higher level on your website. So what you can see here is a lot of different graphs providing information such as how many companies are live, which pages are mostly visited, from which industries are the companies coming from that visit your website. Specifically for marketing, this can give you quite some nice insights about information saying, for example, these top branches, do you already have content for these branches? Or is that still a mismatch on your website? An interesting integration that we've created is the one with Google Data Studio. You will find this at the same place where your CRM systems are placed. So over here, if you scroll down a bit, you will see the integration with Google Data Studio. It's a free tool of Google in which we've created a template. And this template allows you to use the dashboard a bit more extensively. So within this dashboard, you can filter based on period, but also filter on your own tags or on sources of companies. These templates will already be sent out in the email to you, so you can easily retrieve it, just give access to your Leadinfo information, and you can use it for your own. There is already a webinar that we've provided a while ago about Google Data Studio. Feel free to check that out in case you want to know all the tips and tricks to use this effectively. Another cool integration that we've recently added is the one with Google Analytics. This also allows you to push events to analytics to also evaluate and analyze the information in there. There are a max of 35 events within your analytics, and we push as much dimensions as you decide in the field mapping over here. Here you can just add a new mapping, and then we will add this as a dimension within your analytics environment. There's one more feature that I'd like to show you, which is one that is not yet live, but will very soon be launched, which is email tracking. Email tracking is something that we've added for you to get a bit more information in who is visiting your website. Via email tracking, you can download our extension, and as soon as you've downloaded that, we will track the clicks to your website. That means that for sometimes when somebody visits your website or opens emails and you have that tracked, then you will see here who the exact visitor has been who made the visit. Specifically for very large organizations that visit your website, this can give your sales colleagues some nice insights and some nice guidance on who to contact. As soon as this is launched, we will provide you with a webinar about this as well to give you a bit more information on how it's going to look like. If you move back to your settings, you will see all the information about your subscription. If you're still in trial period, this is also where you will see your proposal. If you already are a client at subscription, you can find all the details of your current subscription. You can download your invoices and add new users. If you want to add a new user, just click at the top right, provide an email address. We do not have a limit on amount of users, so feel free to add everybody that is relevant for your organization to have access to Leadinfo. Provide your email address, add the language of the email, and they will receive an email with a link. Within that link, they can just create a password themselves to have immediate access to the portal as well. The last thing I would love to show you guys is our feedback section. We value your feedback highly because we're currently daily working with a lot of developers to optimize the software and to add new features which will make your life easier working with Leadinfo. If you navigate to the top right, you will find our feedback feature over here. In here, you can create new posts of feature suggestions, new additions to current features, anything that you like to be seen changed within Leadinfo. You can create a post, but also upvote posts of other users. And this helps our developers to create the roadmap and to improve the software even further. There we go. We'll stop the sharing. As you've seen, there's a lot of different possibilities within our portal. I hope this helps you to give you a bit of a guidance of what is all possible. In case there are any questions, feel free to reach out to us afterwards. We are available via chat or via support@leadinfo.com. And I wish you all a very great day. Bye.